Chosen One, today's message is one of significance. If you are receiving this, it may not be a coincidence. It is possible you are among those selected for a higher purpose, called to walk a unique spiritual path at a pivotal moment in time. The circumstances surrounding your life, the timing, the experiences, the quiet inner voice, may all be leading you toward a deeper understanding of your role in a greater spiritual design. The idea of being chosen by a higher power is not new, but for those who feel it personally, it arrives not as a label, but as a realization. Being chosen is not about superiority or status. It is about responsibility. It is about spiritual readiness. It is about recognizing that your journey may involve fulfilling a role that supports not only your growth, but the growth of others. In most cases, this realization doesn't come with fanfare. Instead, it begins subtly, with a recurring thought, a persistent feeling of unrest, or a growing awareness that something in your life is shifting. These moments are often overlooked, mistaken for temporary discomfort. But for the chosen one, they serve as indicators that a transition is near. When such a shift begins, it is accompanied by a sense of separation. The familiar aspects of your environment, relationships, habits, even ambitions, may begin to feel disconnected. This sensation is not a sign of failure or confusion. Rather, it may be a signal that your internal alignment is changing, that you are being prepared for something not yet fully revealed. One of the earliest signs of this transformation is the call to go inward. The desire for solitude, for reflection, and for spiritual clarity increases. You may begin questioning long-held beliefs or feel drawn to explore new spiritual understandings. This is the beginning of what many refer to as the awakening process. It is not defined by any single religion or tradition, but is instead rooted in personal experience and divine timing. For those on this path, the call is persistent. It asks not only for recognition, but for response. And this response does not require perfection. It requires willingness. It asks you to embrace the possibility that your life holds meaning beyond what is visible, and that your current circumstances are preparing you for what lies ahead. Often, people expect this process to be dramatic or immediate. In truth, it is gradual. There are no shortcuts. The chosen one's path unfolds one step at a time, guided not by external validation, but by internal certainty. And while it may be difficult to explain to others, this experience remains deeply real to those who live it. One of the most important aspects of this journey is understanding that the role of the chosen one is not self-serving. It is not about achieving recognition or accumulating influence. It is about becoming a vessel for something higher. Whether that expression takes the form of leadership, creativity, compassion, or healing, the foundation is always the same: service to a purpose greater than oneself. Many who walk this path find themselves confronting discomfort. Challenges may intensify. Doubts may arise. This is not a test of worthiness, but a refining process. Like gold in fire, the chosen one is shaped by pressure, not destroyed by it. These moments are designed not to discourage, but to reveal what is enduring. As you move deeper into your spiritual calling, certain abilities, often referred to as spiritual gifts, may begin to awaken. These may manifest as heightened intuition, a deeper sense of empathy, or the ability to perceive patterns that others do not. These gifts are not to be feared or suppressed. They are tools entrusted to you, meant to support the fulfillment of your role. Importantly, these tools are not always understood by the outside world. This is why discretion, humility, and discipline are essential. Your journey may require you to navigate misunderstanding or skepticism, but within the chosen one is a knowing a clarity that sustains even when external validation is absent. The You, chosen one's life is not accidental, nor is it entirely predictable. While you maintain free will, the direction of your path has been influenced by something greater than coincidence. The events of your past, both painful and joyful, have played a role in shaping your readiness. The person you are becoming has been formed through seasons of difficulty, quiet preparation, and spiritual prompting. There may come a time when you will be asked to lead. This leadership may not look traditional. It may be expressed through your example, your presence, or your words. In this role, humility is key. The chosen one is not called to dominate, but to elevate, to be a source of clarity and stability when others are confused or disoriented. This is not always easy. There may be a cost. Relationships may change. Priorities may shift. But what you gain in return, inner peace, clarity of purpose, and divine connection, surpasses anything that must be released. You are not alone in this journey. While the path may be narrow, it is not empty. Others have walked it before, and more will follow. In moments of uncertainty, remember that the very act of feeling the call is confirmation that you are not lost. You are being guided, and in being chosen, you are also being supported by forces beyond what the eye can see. Your awareness of this calling marks the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter that requires preparation, reflection, and commitment. The transformation is already underway. Your task now is to continue walking forward with clarity and trust. As the journey of the chosen one progresses, it becomes clear that transformation is not just about internal change, it also impacts the world around you. Spiritual evolution brings a ripple effect. Your growth inspires others to question, to explore, and eventually to awaken. This influence is not about persuasion, but resonance. People sense alignment. They are drawn to authenticity. It's essential to understand that spiritual influence carries responsibility. You are not expected to have all the answers. Instead, you are called to embody consistency, integrity, and openness. These qualities become guiding lights for those still navigating uncertainty. The chosen one does not lead through command, but through quiet presence and example. Your life becomes the message. With time, your understanding of divine alignment deepens. You begin to realize that not every opportunity is meant for you, and not every invitation should be accepted. Discernment becomes a vital skill. In this phase, the chosen one learns to distinguish between distraction and purpose. This clarity may require stepping away from situations or connections that no longer serve your mission. At first, these decisions may feel isolating. However, this temporary solitude often precedes a greater connection with both the divine and with like-minded individuals. This community of purpose isn't always found through conventional means. Sometimes it emerges through unexpected encounters, shared visions, or silent understanding. These relationships are not based on convenience, but on mutual recognition of spiritual alignment. One of the key aspects of the chosen one's path is remaining grounded while evolving spiritually. It is easy to drift into extremes, either by becoming overly abstract or by clinging to control. The balance lies in integration, living in the IEHU world while staying rooted in divine truth. Spiritual practice helps with this integration. Whether through prayer, meditation, service, or stillness, these practices maintain connection and clarity. Equally important is the continued development of spiritual gifts. These gifts are not fixed. They grow as you grow. Like any form of intelligence, they require use, refinement, and responsibility. The chosen one must remain aware of the temptation to misuse these gifts, whether for personal gain, validation, or influence. The true purpose of divine gifts is to uplift, to clarify, and to heal. In this phase of awakening, many begin to experience heightened awareness. Patterns become visible. Intuition sharpens. Communication with the divine feels more fluid. This is not imagination. It is a natural result of spiritual alignment. Yet, these experiences must be anchored in humility. It is not the experience that defines the chosen one. It is the wisdom gained from it. There will also be moments of challenge. As the chosen one rises in awareness, external resistance may increase. This can come in the form of criticism, misunderstanding, or fatigue. These moments test endurance and conviction. They also offer opportunities for refinement. Each trial encountered on this path shapes resilience and sharpens discernment. Sometimes spiritual fatigue sets in, not from lack of belief, but from the weight of awareness. In such moments, it is essential to return to the core, reconnecting with the original calling. The foundational truth that sparked your journey renews your strength. It reminds you that your path is not based on performance, but on presence. The journey also teaches the chosen one to operate with faith, not only in spiritual matters, but in everyday life. Decisions become more intuitive, more aligned with values, rather than outcomes. This shift reduces anxiety. It also brings a surprising sense of peace, even in uncertainty. The chosen one begins to trust that if a door closes, it was not meant to open. As you walk further, divine timing becomes more evident. Events begin to align. What once felt delayed now makes sense. The wait was not wasted, it was preparation. This realization brings gratitude. It reinforces that the journey is not linear, and that each stage, even the quiet ones, serves a purpose. At this point, the chosen one begins to embody a quiet authority. Not the kind based on dominance, but the kind born from lived experience. Others may begin to seek your counsel. They may ask how you found clarity. This is a sign, not of status, but of responsibility. It is a signal that your path is now becoming part of someone else's awakening. The next stage involves service. The chosen one is not called to hoard wisdom, but to share it wisely. Service may take many forms: teaching, listening, creating, healing, or simply being present. The method matters less than the intention. What matters most is that the service aligns with your divine assignment and flows from a sincere heart. Over time, you begin to see that your spiritual journey has equipped you with more than insight. It has taught patience, resilience, compassion, and alignment. These are not just virtues. They are tools. Tools that empower you to fulfill your purpose with clarity and grace. Eventually, a shift in identity occurs. You no longer view yourself as someone becoming chosen. You begin to live as someone who accepts, owns, and honors the calling. This acceptance is not loud. It is steady. It is not about being seen. It is about seeing clearly. Living as a chosen one is a lifelong journey. It is not a destination you arrive at, but a path you commit to walking daily. The path does not promise ease, but it does promise depth. It offers a sense of meaning that transcends the temporary, a peace that outlasts external noise, and a clarity that comes only from alignment with divine purpose. Awaken, align, rise, serve, lead.